Welcome everybody to this surprise stream. Welcome. How is everyone doing tonight? I felt like doing some hardcore programming, so I figured why not work on the options menu, because this afternoon I was trying to do some little thing to make the game a little bit easier, and I wanted to add a option for it in the options menu, and it was terrible. It was, honestly, I was like, why can I not do this? And the main problem was that I wanted to have a UI element in my options menu which had multiple options in it, right? Like I did with the resolutions menu, because it has like one option for resolution, and then you can choose which resolution. Resolution. Wow, that's a difficult word. Resolution it is, right? And I made a super custom thing for that, but I actually wanted to reuse that, and it was terrible. I couldn't get it to work, so I figured, all right, we are going to need to rewrite this options menu system. And also my options menu, well, we're going to take a look at it in a second. It is looking absolutely terrible the way I'm doing it. I am also still using Unity's own UI to navigate the menu, which I'm also going to toss out of the window. So we're going to revamp this whole thing and then add some usability options. Accessibility options to the menu. Let us just jump in. So let me first show you what I mean. So I made a test menu already. So now for the resolution, I have like this thing, right, which is like a caption. So it's a resolution, and here it shows which resolution you are currently on, and you can switch it by controlling like left and right to change what you want it to. Now this is, I think, the best way to do it, because for instance, for the language, right, the language menu right here, I have like these separate options. Well, actually for like a language thing, that might be like easiest, because it's like it gives you a clear overview. But for things like I don't know, like the difficulty, that might just be a toggle like that to go like easy. Oh, it's in Dutch. To go like easy, normal, hard, impossible, and go back. And for other things like the typewriter effect, so I have some other things here in the, where's that thing? In the dialogue, I've like turn off the typewriter effect. Here, let me show you how that works, like in game. No, it's not the language. Oh, it's already crashed. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So that's graphics, right? So it now changes like the text. That's not really that clear. So it would be best if it's a thing like this, right? Which switches back and forth. Now, I wanted a, how should I say, more sustainable solution to do more UI like this. So if I wanted to, I could use that. So I have been making these bad boys here. I know my naming is terrible, but I have called them the multi-select option UI, which is basically a prefab, and it's a prefab existing out of a few things, mainly, can I show, great, normal, that's better. It has a label of what the option is going to be, and then it has a selection text field. That is basically all that it has, because this is just only visual. And so I have made a script, and the script basically allows you to add some options with a name. This will be a localized label, but it isn't at this point. And it has a event which runs. So if you choose this option, then this event will run. And that way I can sort of do anything I like with this. And it has some references to the text fields. So this way I can just pop in a couple of these things, rename them, and then just hook up their behavior. Now, this brings forth a couple of problems, mainly, well, of course, if it's going to be like this separated from the main code, then I'm going to need to be able to call some functions here, which adjust some settings. And since this is in a prefab as well, because my UI is in a prefab, because I want to put it in a UI, and some of the options that are set are in a different class, which is not in this prefab, I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that. And since these are options, say let's go back to like the typewriter effect for the dialogue. Say I turn off the typewriter effect, then the next time I restart the game, I want to have that option be turned off because I turned it off, right? I don't want that saved in between player sessions. So I also need a way to, on startup, like select the correct option. But since this UI doesn't know what it's for, basically, because I tell it what it's for right here, we also need a way to do that. But I have thought about this system during the evening, and I think I know how I want to do this. So let's just dive in and see if you guys can follow me. And I'm just gonna work on it. We're just gonna do a nice work session. All right. Where do we begin? Oh yeah, let's first begin by making some new classes, because what I have been doing right now. Also, what are you complaining about? The object has been destroyed, but you're still trying to access it. Oh, yeah. So I have hard-coded some things into the options menu. Oh, I didn't open my Visual Studio Code yet. So this is the old options menu, which is also a beast already. So hopefully we can sort of... And it is a beast because I've been doing a lot of callbacks and things because of Unity's UI system. It's blah, blah, I hate it. So from here on, I've been doing some new stuff. So I have just been doing manual selection of all the menu options, right? So basically I'm checking if that is especially handy for like a joypad. So I've been checking if you've pressed the joypad down. If so, then you want to select the next option down. And if you press up, you want to select... Whoa, this is crazy. Look at this coloring right here. What is happening, Visual Studio? What is happening? That's wild. Do you see that? That is wild. Yeah, so if you press down, you want to select the next option down. So let's say like the next menu option. And if you press left or right, you want to toggle within that menu option, right? So if we take our test menu, if you press, the first one is always selected when you open the menu. And if you press down, you want to select this one. If you press left or right, you want to change this option here. So I have this right now in my options menu, but what I think I want to do, and I'm not sure, right? This is also a thing that I struggle with, right? Again, people who've been following me know that Wrenched is like my first super serious game on programming, right? So I'm figuring out stuff and I'm trying new things. So, but what I think I want to do is I want to make a class for I'll call it options. Should I call it options if I want to use it for something else? No, it's options. So I will make a base class, which I'm going to make an abstract class, which is a options submenu. So this will be a public abstract class. And so then I can make, again, more subclasses for the specific options that I sort of categories that I want to have. Like, so for instance, audio would be one. I think accessibility would be one. Language, perhaps that would be one. Rebinding would be one. Graphics would be one. Like the sub, like the first tab that you see when you open the options menu, then you have a couple of prompts. Those will be separate classes as well. Just to keep it all a bit more apart, right? And keep it a bit more clear, because now I put like everything right here in the options menu, which just made it a ginormous mess. Nevertheless, now that I have this options menu, I can put the navigation in here. And this will need a couple of variables. Maybe these. No, and also these. Yes, these. These are just privates for here. Yeah. And it also needs the input system. And yes, I also want to move that function. So I've been fiddling around with this. I've been testing this. Yeah, so it also needs a selector, but I think I want to do that differently, because I think to highlight if a option is selected, I think we're going to do some visual arts. We're going to do that later on, because I think I want to put that in the prefab. That might as well be easy. All right, yes. Now I need to sort of start listening to these things, and I want to have a public void open menu where I subscribe to my move. Yes, and I want to have a public void close menu. It actually does not need to be a public void, because I want to be able to adjust these, so it needs to be virtual, public virtual, so that I can change them later in the derivative classes, because I'm now making this options submenu, and I will make then, for instance, if I go back to my menu, like the test menu, I will make a test menu script which derives from options submenu. So it will have all these features which I can use, and hopefully that way it will work. So each menu should also have, I can just basically copy these. No, I can copy these. So each menu should also have a menu object, which is the actual screen. So I now turn it on, and here I turn it false, and I can just close menu, and then we have a list, and so this is for a multi-selection, so for something that is something different than a multi-selection sub-menu. So perhaps I should have called it multi-sub-menu, but well, whatever. So, and if you guys don't really follow along, I think it will make sense in a little while when we go through it, because I have, of course, already been working on this a little bit. Yeah, so these are now gone. So when I also open the menu, I need to, oh, I don't have to set that anymore. But when I open the menu, I set my selected index to 0, and I select the multiplication object to menu options list to selected index thing, because that's the one that gets selected. Hey, here it says selected object, current selected in UI. Yes, so I know which one I have selected because I will have multiple. Hey, welcome everyone, welcome everyone. We will be having multiples, all right. It is always nice to on destroy, because you never know when you switch scenes, perhaps halfway through, to on destroy also. Unsubscribe from these events. It's just a precautionary. Didn't copy it. Why not? Just precautionary, because if you're halfway through, that's why I got these errors. That's something really weird in Unity. This sort of like subscribing to an event sometimes can like keeps existing throughout play sessions, right? So when you press play in the editor and you subscribe to a Unity event or some other events, and then before you unsubscribe, like exit play mode and then enter play mode again, then it can still be subscribed. It's super weird, super weird, super weird. Yeah, so this now works. Yeah, close. Oh wait, yeah, no, I don't have to do that. All right, so I can actually remove all of this because I put that to its own base class, and I'm going to new code here. So I'm still going to need my options menu because, you know, I put that in. Don't need this anymore. I think I still need that one. Number of menu options. Oh wait, I do need that one, and that one also needs to be set. But that can be set at start. Number of menu options equal menu options that count. And here I believe I subtract 1 because my index. Yeah. This is good. Yes. Here these can go, I guess. Yes. And test menu. This will actually be a options sub menu test. I will make that new class. So let's do that first. Yeah, I know. I'll make a folder. Options submenus. And so here I will make a, no, not a folder. I will make a C# script called options submenu test. And we'll just make a test menu for now. So let's open this up. And this one will not derive from a mono behavior, but it will from a options submenu. And so now it will have everything that is in here and more. I actually don't need that. So in here, we can do all sorts of cool stuff, like make a public void. Let's call it test function. And we will give it a string message. And here we say debug.log message. Because in here I want to handle everything that the multi-select things UI need to handle, right? And I want to keep that here in this subclass so that it stays nice and separated. What did I options sub menu test? Option? Did I make a typo? Options sub menu test. Test menu. All right. So here I now have a test menu. No, this doesn't have to be. And now I can make a new function, which is really nice. I can just call it public void, please, open test. Wow, I'm having so many typos. Open test menu. And here I can say test menu dot open menu. And as you can see, this function is actually in here, right? It's in options submenu. But I am calling it on options submenu test because that is derived from options submenu. That's really beautiful. So I can now just call this one. And I actually want to hard code in here because now I have this close menu. I just want to hard code in here. If I press the B button, that this menu gets closed. Excuse me. So I have this one, the cancel button, submenu. So as soon as you open the menu, you can also subscribe to close menu. Right. Oh, well, you can, but it needs a context. So yeah, so that's the problem by doing this. How am I gonna call that? Handle close button. Because this is a button press in Unity's new system. This is really dirty, but it needs a wrapper for this, and otherwise I can never call close menu on this like regularly, because then it would need a input context, which I don't like. What's wrong with this right now? It should be handle close button. So as we close the menu, we will also unsubscribe from that event. We will also, just to be sure, on destroy, also close that. So now, automatically, when you press the B button, you will close it. Welcome everybody. Harlan Studio asks, while we're at it, what would you say this game's genre will be? So I'm always calling it a bullet hell platformer, because I guess that's what it is. And I have some amazing ideas for the second level, which... And I'm not even going to spoil it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be classic bullet hell. You guys put in some titles. I will say when you're close. All right, so now that should work. All right. Should work. Let's see. Let's see if we can set this up with the test menu. Not sure what's going to happen. So now that I've... okay, so one thing, the way Unity works is if you have like this game object, or game object. Yeah, it's a game object. And I put like this script on it. We've just established that this script is derived from options submenu, which... like to open the menu, toggles a game object, right? So that way we can hide the menu. So if we put that on here, it will toggle itself, and then the script gets deactivated, and that won't work. So what we have to do is we have to actually put this in, in a wrapper, and we call this the menu object. And then I have to move my vertical layout group to this one. And now we say this is the menu object. We actually have two. Menu UIs, which are those two. And for these, I can actually say, so when we select these two options, I'm going to say, well, in test menu, I have created this function, which is called test function. Which lets me do whatever I want. Off. For this one, let's do the same. Oh, wait. Oh, that was not good. So let me just copy this one. Now I have to re-add it. So yeah, it is some manual work, but who knows? All right, so this should be turned off automatically. Now I only have to do one more thing, because we also want to open this, right? I think I put it on the audio. Yeah, so it opened test menu. Did I still call it that? That's like in the options menu, the new function that I wrote. Open test menu, yeah. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. So, options. Now, if we select the audio menu, we should... Oh, wait, I know what's wrong. In the options menu, I should now have a test menu, which is this one. All right, audio. Hey, there we have it. And it is, though it's giving me some errors. It's giving me some errors on what? On option, select, current. Oh, yeah, so that's right. It's giving me some problems here because I had it in the options menu. I figured, oh, right, I'm going to have a lot of menus, so I'm going to need a copy of the list. But now, since I'm doing it with a abstract class, I'm actually not needing a copy of the list. I can just ask this list, the list of the menu options that I put in. And I could, of course, like, that's the thing, right? To make stuff like this better, I could loop through all the children and get this list of menu options automatically. But I'm at this point in development, I am choosing to drag them in manually. I can, of course, like look through all these children and get those classes automatically, but I'm now choosing to drag it in here. I have like... So I'm making it a bit more difficult for myself, but on the other hand, it's easier to develop right now. So yeah, like this is still happening because we still have our old options menu, but nevertheless, I'm not sure which one I have selected right now, but it shows on and off, and now I have the bottom one selected. So you will see like language which should switch to difficulty, and now I have this one selected. Oh yeah. And now I can toggle it to on and off. And so the way I envision this system to work, right, is now I could go to this multi-select option, add a new option, say third option, have it call a different function, and now, if everything is okay, I should have a third option somewhere. Third option, right? And I can select it, and it should now print third option. So if I want to have like one of the accessibility options that I wanted to add was to change how many health Carly has, right? So if you want to make the game a bit easier, you just crank up your health. So you could say, well, I have 1 health, 2 health, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would make absolutely zero sense to have like a list, as I have for my languages here, to choose, which would basically be a different screen. So you would have options, different accessibility options, health, another screen. That would just make no sense. So that's why I really wanted to do it like this. And so now that I have this options sub test menu test, I can have all the functionality to do that in here, and everything would be just handy dandy, I hope. All right, so it seems to work. I do feel that I need to fix the selector at this point because it's really unclear. So I basically just want to have a game object here, call it selector. I will make it as big as this thing. No, I actually want it, I actually want it underneath the options label. I want to have it as big as the options label and then drag it a bit bigger. And I have some colors in my palette. This one I think would be nice. Shouldn't that be rendered over? Oh, really? That's weird. Well, I'll just do it like this for now. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Perhaps give it some nice... All right, I will close it. Now, in this class, I have like select option. So that gets called when this particular thing is selected. So I will just add a game object, call it selector. All right, we'll make it look nice as well. So we'll add some tweeting. So when this option gets selected, this one can actually, oh no, selector is a thing, right? Selector dot set active true, and we'll do selector dot transform dot do bunch, my favorite bunch scale. This is just a standard tween from doTween. True dot set ease. I want to have it at ease dot outback. Ease dot outback. Just because that looks nice. And then we also want to selector dot transform dot do kill true. Just to make sure that you cannot spam the selection and have the object grow. All right, now I also want to, at the start, turn off the selector. Wow, that went really fast. Let's answer some questions. Nobody asks, are you using the Unity localization? Yes, I'm using Unity's localization package for the languages. Yes, I do. And it is indeed easy to set up, and I love it. So far, as I've been using it, I love it. And Austin asks what plugin I'm using for tweeting. It's called doTween, and it is amazing. I absolutely love doTween. So now I have a selector here. Yes. And this should actually work out of the box right now. No, it doesn't. Oh, wait. Oh, so wait, so this is like the select option. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So that was a wrong select. Oh, I get it now. That's like the select the sub option. So we want to have the select this field, which is actually done here. Select multi-select option. So we want to do two things right now, right? So we want to have a public void select. I'll just call it select. Can I do that? Or is it going to be complaining? Deselect. Because we also want to have a deselect, which actually does this. Yeah, it should always deselect. And here I want to do this code. Sorry, this is a select option. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Now we're going to go to our top class. So here I actually say, hey, I want you to select this option. So this gives us a multi-select option. So before we're going to change this, I'm going to say to the, because I do save it, the current selected multi-UI, I'm going to say deselect that one. Then I'm going to say, hey, the new current one is the one that I want to select. And then I can actually say, I could say that to current selected dot select. So this one deselects the one that was previously selected, changes it to the new one, and then selects it. Now this should do what we expect it to do. So let's see if that works. Yeah, so the select option was for whatever's in the... it's giving us some errors. What is it? What is it? Options, sub-options. Current selected. So... oh, yeah. So... yeah, of course. When we just open the menu, we have nothing currently selected because that only gets set when we call this function. So what we want to do, oh yeah, because it selects this one. So we actually just need to check if current selected module is null or is not null actually. Then you can deselect. We needed to do a little null check, of course, because the first time you select something, there is no current selected yet, because we're first off selecting the first one. Yeah. All right. Now the thing is it animating? It's not animating, I think. So I wonder, actually for these things, can I select this one through here? No. I have a different script on here which does something similar. It's called bounce on select or something. Bounce button on selected. No, see, it does the same thing. So then my question is, if we go to the multi-select, select, selector, it doesn't actually animate. And also, the first one isn't selected. That is weird, right? So as soon as we open the menu, I say, please select the first menu option. We don't have to deselect it. Then the current becomes the selected object. And then I say, please select. And when I say select, I say the selector is true. So that means that we have a problem with, no, I'm just going to skip deselecting here. So I think it should work now, and if it does, then I'm going to talk, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to shut up. And this is a thing that I have encountered. Yeah, so now it works. Ugh. So what I have encountered is like a it's like a sequencing thing, right? So what happened was that the menu selecting the current object got called first before the start of the UI itself, which deselected itself, which is annoying. So it got selected and then deselected by the main class. All right, so but this seems to work. Now we can actually see which one we have selected. And this actually already sort of works. So what I want to do now is in my options menu, do I have a close all menus thing? I thought I did. Oh, look at this piece of blah. No, I actually do not have that. So oh wait, so you only get here from like the main menu. So it's like a sub menu, right? So what I want to do here is close options menu, I guess. Do I want to do that? Remove all callbacks. Oh no, that closes the entire menu. Open options menu. If I open the audio menu, what do I do? Options choice menu. Wow, option choices menu. I should rename that. So let me just make a new class. Public void. We'll call that just close. Well, that should actually be all right. So like the entire thing is called the options menu. What do you call the options menu? Because it's the entire thing. Close, I called it choices. Because basically when I open a new menu, I want to close all the menus, right? I'm going to make a subheader here. New code. I'll just make a new. Which is the option main menu. Oh, let's set to false. So when we open something, we want to close all the menus, and we actually want to also then say to close all the set menus, close menu. And we can do this because, yeah, because this gets called, and if we have multiple menus, then we're also going to. All right, let's see what happens. Right, step by step, we're getting there. So that's this one, right? Yeah. So the options pop up. We now have a options menu, which is this one. And so now, when we open our test menu, this one should close. This one should also still work with the keyboard. And now when we press back, oh, we go back to the options menu. Well, I expect to go back here because it's like a sub menu. Oh, that's weird. Why does it do that? So, options submenu. All right. So the submenu gets closed. Oh, wait. Do I spot that right? Yeah, because this one is, you can still see like the pause menu underneath here. So this is now the options menu. Yeah. So is my options menu is a singleton, right? Is it? Yes, it is actually. So when I close this one, which is a sub menu, I'm going to say open options menu again. But what happens if it's a sub menu? Would you ever want that? No, that would just make things messy. No, so I think this should be fine. And then I have a open options menu. Let's call it open options main menu. Why am I calling it main menu? Because then the options menu is this whole thing, and the main menu, and then we have sub menus. Yeah. So this one basically activates the options main menu, and then I do when I open this menu, this thing. Select first button option. Yeah, I do want to say that the options menu is open. That is just used to right, and so we also need navigation in the options menu. So we could, no, because this is a different, see, now I'm getting into difficult territory because the main menu is just basically a list and it doesn't have those multi-select option UIs, which is tricky. And now I navigate those using Unity's UI event system, which is terrible. Hey. So why, now that I open this, why doesn't it close anymore? That is weird. Oh. Ugh. See? This is that terrible loop again. Because basically what happens is I close all the menus, so the menu gets closed. So this one gets opened again at this point. Ugh. See, this is becoming terribly complicated. So I think so what if the options menu has a list, knows which menu is open? No, wait, why? Because why do I do it like this? Shouldn't I just do like F that? I just want to hide the options main menu and open my menu. That's just what I want. That is all that I want. And that's all I ever want when I open a submenu. Yeah. Because I basically just want to hide this menu, open this menu, and then go back to this menu. That's what I want. Now I do so why the first time I do this, let me check this out, right? So like the first time I press down, it doesn't do anything. And now it does. Why is that? That's weird. I have to look into that. But for now, this seems to be working. So we have like a options. All right, all right. All right, all right. Why would that be? Let's check it out. So that's the selected index. No, from a sub menu point of view. As soon as you start, as soon as I open the menu, the selected index is set to 0. So when I press down, the selected index gets... Oh wait, may select is not set to true. Ugh. So I have this may select thing. You can just set this to true. This may select thing I have in here, which basically means that if you have on your gamepad, you need to press down the button, then release it, then you can select the next option. Otherwise you can just hold it down, and because of the way that the gamepad registers, you would otherwise have to build in like a delay, because if you press like down, it just goes like brrrr, and that's super annoying, right? Especially if you're navigating like an inventory. So I put it in that you have to like and let it go, let it go, let it go. I could also make it on a timer. I did that, but this just worked a little bit better. I don't know, I liked it a little bit better. All right, so audio, yay, now it works. All right. So now, no, don't have to go in pause mode. One more thing that we need to tackle. What happens if you have something, so let's go back to like the dialogue menu thing. So I have like this, you know what? Let's just make the dialogue thing and let's figure it out while we're at it. So I now have a dialogue menu here, which is also resolution. That's weird. Is that in? Oh, because I named it a graphics. Why? Nobody knows, but let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's create a... I will create an empty... No. I will create an empty parent for this one and call this game object new option. No, I will just call it option sub menus because that's what they are. I will make a new sub menu, which can just be full, and I will call it... All right, let's call it graphics. Underneath that, I will have a object. Let's name it the same as this, called menu object, and I will have one multi-list thing, and I will also have this one copy component, paste it in here, paste, component is new, vertical layout group. All right, that's cool. I will turn off the language menu. This one can actually also be over the entire length. Is that the center? That's not the center. Is this one at the center? 0505. Why? This is not the center. That's super weird. That's weird, right? This one's at the center. This one is, but this one isn't. Why not? What's wrong with you? Vertical layout group. Middle right. Middle center. Oh. Oh, wait. Is this one? No. Subs menu is also. And why can't I see my lines? Is there something else in here? That is just really weird. What if I say duplicate this one? Drop that one in here. Now it's looking good. And what if I delete this one? Now it's at the center. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. All right. So we have a graphics menu object. And we'll just call this one dialog type writer effect. So I want to have two on and off. I do not need a third option. No, sorry. You can actually delete that one. These are all okay. Typewriter effect on, typewriter effect off. Now, something that I do want to do is I want to create a new script, call it options submenu graphics. Let's open this one up. Now this one will also be a options submenu, so we will have all the things that the submenu has. And here we want to have one function. I will actually call it public void toggle type writer effect. Toggle typewriter effect. Or do we want to say turn it on? No, let's not do a toggle. Let's just say activate type writer effect and deactivate. And so yeah, for every option in the graphics submenu, we will have functions. But that is okay because we need those functions anyway. Let's for now say turn on the effect. And here say turning off the effect. All right, so that's cool. And it is as easy as this. Let's hope. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on the selector because now it's gonna be misaligned. Anyway, we have like graphics here. We have a sub menu. Here we have one and a menu object. I think we're gonna search for this menu object automatically in a little while. Now, here I'm going to say options label. We're going to say this is the dialog type writer effect, and here I can tell that I want my options label to be, oh wait, no, that's actually max. So this one could be, the selector could be perhaps a little bit smaller. Let's give it half and give the options label the other half. Dialog typewriter effect. All right, pretty dope. Now, when we turn it on, we want to go to the graphics menu, and we want to go to activate typewriter effect, and when we choose off, we want to set it to deactivate typewriter effect. No, this is not going to work because we're not opening this graphics menu yet. One thing at a time, Lex, one thing at a time. So we're going to have a new void open. Ooh, this one might already be here. Nope. Graphics sub menu is what I'm going to call it. And we're actually going to have some new lists here called submenus, and I actually have one atop here, which is the test menu, which I'm going to keep. It is a submenu. And here I'm going to have a graphics menu from the type options sub graphics menu. And so here I'm going to say graphics menu open menu, and I'm always going to close this one. Now all we have to make compiling code. So much time spent on compiling. If we choose, wait, which one is it? Graphics, which is dialog, whatever. This is going to be changed anyway. We now say open graphics submenu. All right. Let's see what this does. Hello everyone. All right. Audio menu is broken, I guess. The graphics menu is also broken, and that is because the wonderful things he does. I forgot to set the graphics submenu. Oh, and the test menu is actually hidden, which shouldn't be the case, because then it will start to freak out. So audio menu still works. Now we go to the graphics menu and we have a dialog typewriter effect. And we turning, if you can look here in the bottom, I don't think you can see that, so let's go here. Yeah, so this is what I meant with the selector. It's a bit shanky, but whatever. So turning off the effect, turning on the effect, turning off, turning on, turning off, turning on. So that works. We're jumping from one thing to another thing. Oh, Mrs. Cherry Nugget is here. Welcome, love. We're jumping from one thing to another. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's just do it. I actually had some code in here. Did I? Yes. Oh, that works on the... Oh, no, it's actually this one. Yes, 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 yes. So what you can actually do... Let's just take this whole code. What you can actually do is get the size of a text field when it's filled with text. So if we go to the multi-select, here we have the selector, which still doesn't do the animation, which I think is weird. Selector, transform. But first, let us... So we have the options field. That is... So we're, as a reference, we are also going to add the label, because now we need it. And then we're going to ask the label its preferred, get preferred values, which gives it the size. And then we're going to set the selector's size to that, and then we're going to set its position to actually the label center. Let's see if this works. You never know. So this should make it as big as the text field is. So what we want to do first is go into one of these UI elements and actually set the label as well, because otherwise it breaks fully. Whoa, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, so I know what happens, but I thought... So what it is doing, it is actually getting the size of the entire text field, which is like this, so it makes it like super big. But I thought this code actually got the text size. So then this doesn't work, which is a shame. For shame. So for now, we're just going to keep it as it is. I'll keep this code just in case. Why doesn't this work? What if I make it super big? It was actually beautiful weather here today, so it is pretty warm. Let's see if this works. No, it just doesn't animate. Ah! Yeah, I'm going to take off my sweater. Let's see if I don't show my body on stream. Ah! See, I'm getting all... Oh! Oh! Whoops. Whoops. Alright. Like I said, we're jumping from point A to point B, but nevertheless, the reason it isn't animating is absolutely because we are in the pause menu and the time scale is 0. And so if I want to animate something, I have to set update to true, I believe. If true, Tween will ignore. Yes. I always forget this. And while we're at it, then we can also animate the arrows, but we'll make it pretty in a little while. Let's first see if this works. This should work. I know this works. Yeah. So now it's actually bouncing and doing stuff. Yay. Yeah, so I can still select. All right. Okay. Cleared my mind there. Now, let's close this one. Let's for now close this one. Let's close this one, keep this one. So, I have player options, which typewriter effect. I have something there. All right, so let's go into my player options. I have a public int typewriter effect, and so all the options are saved into player prefs because, you know, options aren't, they don't have to be like super encrypted, stuff like that. And this is just for now an easy way to save everything. Set typewriter effect. So I have a function here called set typewriter effect, which also saves that. So I can here, I can say set typewriter effect to true, because we're turning it on. And here I can say set typewriter effect to off. Oh, 2, false. False. So one step at a time. Let's verify this actually works. That one is empty. Do I have dialogue in this test level? No, I don't. Luckily, this is in a prefab. So if I now go to a different level, let's say Sunken City. And we started off, we should see Steam Captain talking with us with a typewriter effect in the dialogue. Yes, it does. There's a small dock up ahead. I'll circle around and wait for you. All right. So now, if we go to options, we go to graphics, typewriter effect, and we turn it off. And we go back. And we now talk with Steam Captain. It doesn't do the typewriter effect. And if we now go to the options and go to graphics, turn the typewriter effect on. Yes. And we go back. Now he does it again. So that is nice. However, let me show you. Let me just show you. So we say graphics and we turn it to off. So now it is off. Talk to Steam Captain to verify. And now I say return to hub. Now a new Unity scene is loaded with a new instance of the UI canvas, right? And as you can see, it is back to on. Oh wow. Oh, so there's, see, that's some trouble with right. So I'm now in this menu and I now press on the start button, right? So now the menu closes, but now when I press the B button, it still goes back. So yeah, that's a thing. I have to unsubscribe from all the events. Nevertheless, I can now turn it to off. Yeah, it's off. Go talk to someone. I don't know, Chops maybe. Yeah, no, I'm good. And now when I... Oh wait, I don't have actually code to reload a scene real quick without doing all of that. So the typewriter effect is on. Actually, the typewriter effect, what I'm thinking, it should actually keep the typewriter effect off, but it turns it back on again. And I think I know why it does so. Because the thing is, it should actually stay off, but since a new instance is loaded, so what I think happens is, yeah, this is actually really funny, or funny. So I here have this multi-selection UI, and at the start I say select option. Select option actually invokes the Unity event All right, so let me try and explain you guys what is happening. So, as soon as the canvas is created, my UI canvas, which has all the options, all the menus, all the new UI, that's like a prefab, right? So that's in every scene. So a new scene gets loaded, it loads that prefab, and it goes through all the starts in all the scripts there. And so in the start of all the new multi-select option UIs that we have been making, which also holds this one for the dialogue typewriter effect, in the start, it actually calls select option. And what does select option do? Well, it sets the text field to the first option in the list, which is, in the case of the typewriter effect, which do we have? We have an on and an off, so it sets it to on, which is pretty nice. But select option also invokes the Unity event, which is this event, which turns the typewriter effect back on in this case. So it should not actually start it, or select it. What it should do is it should just set the first text field. And actually, it shouldn't actually set the first text field. It should set it to whatever option we have selected, right? Because that was the thing that I was trying to demonstrate, which will work right now. So let me demonstrate what the problem is still. But this was funny. This was a funny bug. Yeah. I did not see that one coming. So it actually called this one again. So it changed it back to the first option, which is actually funny. Nevertheless, if we go right now, all right, Steam Cappy, the typewriter effect is on right now. So we go to graphics, we turn the typewriter effect off, right? We verify that it's off. Yes, it is off. Now when we go to the hub, now it should still be off. It is still off. However, if we go check in the options menu, you will see that it says on, because this UI element, which is that multi-select thing, doesn't actually know anything about the typewriter effect. So we can actually turn it to off again, which does nothing. But now when we turn it on, it is turned back on again. So what I do right now is, as soon as this thing is loaded, so its start function, it just selects the first option. But actually what we want to do here is we want to check if we have a player pref for this setting. So how are we going to do that? Well, I have a small idea for that. So let me go back to, and this is going to get a little finicky. So let's go back to player options. So I actually have a constant string. It's called typewriter effect, which is this one. Can you make a public constant string? Yes, you can. That might actually be interesting. No. So there's a problem here, right, of things not knowing about other things. So the system I've created here with this UI is this UI knows nothing about what it's setting, right? So that's where the submenu classes come in, right? So I just tell this UI, when this option is selected, call this function. This function knows what it's doing. But now we need a way for this UI to actually know what it is supposed to set, right? Or at least on some level. So if we have the typewriter effect toggled off, we want this UI to know that it needs to select its second option. And we cannot do that in, for instance, in this submenu, because although this submenu has a list of all the things that are in here, so in the test menus case, it has like option A and another option A, and in the graphics menu it has one. But if something there changes, or the order changes or something like that, it becomes weird, right? So what I think I want to do is give this multi-select option, because the way player prefs work, it's basically a string. So if I give this one player pref to check, I don't like that name, because what does it do? It is a player pref ID. So I can give this. So now, let me turn off the test menu for a second so we can see. So one thing I do not like about doing it like this is if I change anything in the naming, I will have to set it, change everything and change it manually again. But so now this has a player pref ID, right? And so if I go to my player options, I have a player option right here for the typewriter effect. So this is the player pref ID that is saved. So if I put this in here, then technically now it knows that it needs to look at this player pref ID, and if it's either one, select one of its options, right? And the way player prefs work, even if you want to save a boolean, you save an integer. So if it's 0, it's like it can actually be like the indexes of the options, right? So the same goes for languages. I have a enum here of all the languages, 0 to 4. So if I keep all these options like 0, 1, 2, 3 through 4, I should technically be able to select it like this. The only thing I'm seeing right now with the typewriter effect, of course, it is 1 is on and 0 is off, I guess. Is that right? True, typewriter effect is 1, but since I save it like this, I could save it like this because it starts on and it saves it. So I could say, all right, so it starts on 0 because it always has to be. See, so this system becomes a bit finicky. Nevertheless, I can say here if player pref dot has key, and here I can say player pref ID. So if this one exists, I can say options text field, and which one do you want to select? Well, you want to select the one which is saved in the player prefs dot get int, which is always gonna save an int. No, player prefs ID. Oh wait, it's like a default value returns the value corresponding to the key. Does that give a value in case it isn't found? Let me check that. Unity player prefs.getInt. Let's check this out. The default value. If it doesn't exist, it will return the default value. Oh, that's nice. Then we don't have to do this check, because we can just do like this, comma 0. All right. So now this one is linked to the typewriter effect. Let's see what happens. So this is a bit finicky because now for each option I have to save it anyway, right? But so this is a bit of manual work which is prone to errors, which is why I'm saying I'm not necessarily sure about doing it this way, but let's see if it works. All right, so now it's turned on. So let's go to the options menu, graphics. Oh, it didn't actually change for a little while. Why not? Let's turn it to on just to make sure. Not really sure what happened there. See, now it's turned off. Oh, of course, it had something in the player prefs already. Wait. So it became messed up a little bit. Let's start fresh. Clear all player prefs. Clear all player prefs. Let's see if something just goes wrong or not. All right, so we have a typewriter effect. So it turns it to off, which is weird. because it should be on, which should be 0. Turn it on. Oh, wait. Let me check one thing first before we continue. In my player options, set typewriter effect to true. Then it becomes a 0. And if it's false, it becomes a 1. No. So here, oh wait, typewriter effect, it's a 0. Oh wait, I can just do like this right now. I've just learned. Oh no, in this case I can't. Yeah, so I needed to change this one. So here it tries to initialize it, and if it doesn't find it, it sets it to 0. So it actually worked, but it didn't. But it worked because it like shifted it to off, right? Because there was a 0 in the player prefs. That's actually a good thing. However, it thought that 0 still meant that it was turned on, which it wasn't. No, wait, because off would be 1. Because now it is 0. What is happening? It is broken. Nevertheless, it is on right now. Now we turn it to off. Okay, so they are switched around. Doesn't really matter. Now it is on, but it says it is off. Are you guys still following? I know it's like late, and now it is on. So the options it should say, can I get a drum roll please, that it is off. And it does. So now we just have to fix the thing. So now I turned it to on. And actually, since it's in my player prefs, if I go and exit play mode right now and enter play mode again, then now it should be turned on, and it should say, or should be turned off, yes, and it should say on. And it does. So it actually works. However, it is all screwed. So let's see what is messing up here. Let's see. In the typewriter, I have a on, which activates the effect. And I have a off, which deactivates. And this is index 0 and index 1 because it's a list, and that's the way it works. Okay, so in the graphics, I have activate, which sets it to true. And I have deactivate, which sets it to false. Then in the player options, I set typewriter effect, right? Set typewriter effect. So if it is true, then it becomes 0 because I want index 0 of the list, which is on. And otherwise it becomes 1. And you just save that. All right. Now we start with it set to 0. And here we say, if we have a key, which is this, then set it to that. Otherwise, set it to 0 and save it. And 0 should be on. However, it is off. And we set it to 0 or the preferred ID, which would be 1, 0, 1. So you know what would be interesting just for each multi select option, which is O in options. No, let's do it differently. Let's say, since this one only has 1, I want to print, actually, options. Print for me the first object in the list. Hey, welcome everyone, welcome. Because what if this list... Well, but since it's a unity list, this should be object 0, right? And this should be object 1, index 1, right? That's just the way it works. Has always worked. But apparently, it no longer works like that. All right, let's see what it prints. Oh, it prints multi-select option. Of course it prints that. I am an idiot. Option name. Let's print the option name, please. Will you please, Unity? Please, Unity, please. All right. And it prints on. I know what's happening. I, of course, now switched this around, but... this typewriter effect. What actually uses this typewriter effect? Go to references. The dialogue system. Oh, Lex. So here, during my dialogue, it actually checks if it is 1. So now... No, wait, but that doesn't change why it should be to off, right? Hey, welcome, Dimitar. You looked up Fmod. Oh, you're welcome. Fmod is amazing. All right, let's clear all prayer prefs. All right, so it should. All right, it has a typewriter effect, which is amazing. Thank you. Now, when we go check the menu, it should say that it's on. Now I'm turning it off. Now it is off. Now I'm returning to the hub. Now it should be still off. It is still off. And now when I check the options, it should say off. Now actually when I close play mode, I don't know why I did this, but that's apparently what you do when you close play mode. Turn it back on. Now it should be off, which it is. And oh, there's something wrong with the menu. And in the menu it should say off. All right, so that works. That actually works. All right, that's amazing. That's cool. There's still some problems with the UI. All right, but that actually works. I'm not mad about that. Not mad about that at all. Let's add one more menu. I, for the love of me, cannot spell accessibility. It's in the title, right? Whatever. Let me just Google that. Accessibility. It's this word for dyslexics. It's accessibility. Sub menu. All right. Then we'll create some new code. Wait, options? No. Where's my code folder? Oh, here. Options menu, sub menus. We'll create a new options sub menu accessibility. Paste it. All right. In this, I will have a function called public void set clear health. And we're going to give it a int health amount. And so this is a full new option, right? So we're going to make this. So we're just going to say debug then log setting the health amount to. Did you guys know that you could actually do it like this? So if you put a $sign in front of it, you can actually inline have stuff like this, which is amazing. This makes it so much easier than if you would have to do like setting health plus health amount plus comma plus some other variable, because now you can just write it in one thing. You could just do like this, comma health amount. Well, you get the gist. It's really easy. All right. So we have an accessibility, and it's not a mono behavior. No, it is a options submenu. Yes. See, and so now the ball starts rolling, right? And creating menus should be really easy, and adding new things should be really easy, because we've made like all the moving and navigation stuff, we put it in a different class. All right, so I'm going to remove this one. Yeah, so we have this menu option. So let's find that one. No. Yeah, so what I'm thinking right now, if we ever have like one menu option which has multiple children, then we are effed. So let's just keep it like this. I see a question from Ryu. Can I ask why you use player prefs to save your data instead of something else, which it can be easily extended, or is it just for settings? Yes, so it's just my settings. So all the other like save data and all the other stuff is serialized binary data saved into a specific file. But for settings, I use player prefs just because it's super easy. Like get in, like you saw how easy it is to save something to player prefs, and it isn't like player data, right? So it's just settings. Perhaps I will move those to like binary files as well, but that's always just a lot more trouble because you have to create wrappers and custom classes and stuff like that. So I wanted to stay away from that for something like options. So it's just options. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so I was contemplating if I'm going to remove this one, but I won't. Menu. This one has just one option for now. One option. Graphics menu can be hidden. This one has just one option for now, which is called player health. Perhaps in game I can call it Carly Health. Yeah. All right. And so, what do I want? I want to have like, let's do 3. Let's do 5, which is the minimum. Let's do 8, and let's do, I don't know, 10. 5, 8, 10. And we'll say the accessibility menu. Accessibility menu. Set player health to 5. I should have copied them, which is easier. Set player health to 10. All right. And now we want to also have a player prefs ID, but that will come from something else. Let's first check out if this works. No, this doesn't work because we don't have the menu yet. We don't have the menu. Let's first clear the player press because it's easier. And I also do not have a option for this, so let's use the language button for now. I know it's getting a bit messy, but oh wait, I also do not have the options thing for this, so let's do that first. We'll go to our new code section because we're going to throw everything away which is above this line, at least at some point. So we have a it has double C, double S. That's I think the problem. Accessibility. I would also say accessibility. Well, whatever. Public void open accessibility menu. Again, as always, we want to close that one, and since we have a accessibility, oh wait, since it is derived from our option submenu, we have a open menu. All right, yes, this is cool. Wait for it to compile. I'm going to, as a challenge for one of these streams, I'm going to count how much time I waste on compiling everything. Did I save at any time? I think I did. All right, the accessibility menu is this one. And then in language, we're just going to say open the accessibility menu. Open. Oh, there it is. All right. So let's see if it works. And then we have to actually make the accessibility option for adjusting Carly's health. So I put it on language. Yes, here we are. It doesn't actually select it, and I think I know why. Because the wonderful things he does. I still have nothing in this list. So this let's automate this, because that's actually terrible that happened. We can go to option submenu. So at the start, I now have a serialized list of things because this doesn't actually matter. So I always give member classes a underscore or member variables. And here I'm just going to say at the start, let's do that before anything else. Look for oh, my naming skills are terrible. Whatever. So we're going to say for each let's say transform T in menu objects. So that's like the wrapper that I always have. That's a game object, right? Oh, does this have to be game object? Why? Oh. All right. You can actually call this child. What's worst? Child. Yes. And then we can do a little check to see if child.get component not equals null, because if it is, then we can say menu options dot add. Does it get added? Add is at the back, I believe. And then we have to add this, please. So now all these should be removed. Right? And now what we're doing is on start should be looping through all the children of that of like this menu object. So we're going to loop through all the children and add them to the list. So basically, let's play focus for a little while. If I now open, it should all still work. And it does, but there's something wrong with the... Because it cannot find something. What can it not find? Let's see what is happening. So it cannot find a... Let's see what's happening here. So that is okay. Oh, wait. Can it not search? No, it can search things that are on, right? Or off. Or is that a problem? I'm not sure, actually. It is giving errors. Can it not search game objects that are turned off? Is that a problem? That would suck. So let's turn them on, see what happens. Five and on and on. No. Oh. Wait, what is going on here? For each child in. But isn't this like, should I check in the game object? No. For each statement cannot operate on. Well, that is okay then. For the child, get a component. This should... Wait, you guys, what's going on around here? So this is a child and it has a multi-select options UI, multi-select options UI, multi-select options UI. And this one has this one selected. This one has this one selected. So it is at start first going to look at it, then it's going to close the menu. So then it's turning it off. Wait, why is this not? Let me Google this real quick. Yeah, no, this should. Or should it then shall be transformed? Should it be this? No, right? I can just ask. Or what is the child? Huh. Perhaps this is it? No. It's the transform. You can ask the transform. Oh, wait. Should be the game object, of course. Should it be this then? No. should be able to figure this out. No, it's still giving problems. Why? Why is it giving problems? Menu options is a list of this. So what is being null? Let's put in some debugs. Let's first debug the log child dot transform dot name. And let's see what this. Oh, wait. I already know what the problem is. Oh my goodness. Yes, Vortex, you are absolutely right. I could also use get components in children. That might actually be better than this. Nevertheless, let me tell you why this is not working. Because menu options isn't initialized. So now it works. I will bet my hat that it works. Compiling, compiling, compiling. La 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 la. Compiling, compiling, compiling. La, 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 la. No errors here, which is my favorite error. No error, and as you can see, it actually works. But yes, Vortex, you are right. So let's see. That would, of course, be less, but that returns an array, of course. Can you cast a equals menu objects get components in children? Can you cast this as a list? No, because this is an array, right? How do you make a list out of that? Because I do really want a list. Oh, can you do to list? Seriously? If you lose the link? Yeah, well, but using link is, well, system.link. If you don't know, link is like Unity's system. So now you can do basically this. Then I wonder if that works without initializing it as a new list. So if I could just do this, that would be cool. That would be just one line. I like that. I completely forgot about get components in children. But then again, I forget about stupid stuff all the time. Yeah, this seems to work as well. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. All right. So, that's even better. Now, yes, now we have a better system. Should we then get menu object equals transform dot get. How do you get the first child again? Yeah, get child 0. Right? No, not. Yeah, well, yes. Transform returns the child. Oh, dot game object. So, but this is really, really tricky. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I now ever add something to, let me show you. If I now ever add something underneath these submenus, which isn't the menu object holding the multi-select UIs, then I'm going to be screwed. But now it is basically nothing. It's just an options submenu, and now it should still work. Yes, it does. So now it is even more automated. And we can set Carly's health. Ooh. I do want to prevent, but I'll do that on a later stage, because now it actually keeps setting the amount of health to 10, but it will like keep calling those functions. All right, so let's make that accessibility option. Let us do so. Let's go to player options. Yes, player options. I do not need a start because I do not need it. Let's have a thing like this. Let's call it accessibility options. Ooh. Carly health. No, let's here call it player. Jeez. Player health. That is now loaded from somewhere else, but since I'm making it a, well, player health, I'll call this just player health. And so this is actually the reference ID, yeah, that we need to set in this multi-select options UI. I'm also wondering if I turn like these off, does it still work? Well, it doesn't really matter. This needs to be saved here. So now if it is set, then it gets saved. So now here I'm also going to make a accessibility options. Public void set player health int amount. That's fine. Oh wait, let's do it the professional way. Setting the health to amount. So it doesn't actually do anything, although well, why not save it while we're at it. Player health to amount. And then we're also going to set player health equals amount. And we're actually going to set this one to player health. Now, I also, at the start, set up option variables, yes. It also loads the localization. So here we're just going to copy this one as well. Say player health. If it has a, oh wait, let's put it like this. Player health is, get how much player health we have, and otherwise well, this is a bit hard coded. Yes, Alan, I will show it again for you, just for you. Wait, give me 1 second. player health. So I showed this like a little while back. So if you put like the $sign in front of it, you can use like the curly brackets and variables. So then instead of typing like blah plus the plus blah, you can just put it all with like a $sign and the quotation marks. Just say blah the whoa, and your thing in here, and type it like one string. It's amazing. If you have like long compounded strings, it is amazing. All right, so now it is set. Player health, so that is set from there. All right. Now we go to our accessibility options, and here we're going to just say player options dot instance dot set player health, and we're going to set it to health amount. And I'm going to remove this one so we can see that it actually works. Life-changing, yes, it is life-changing. Especially if you have to make like enormous printouts, it's so much better. All right, let's see what's happening. All right, so now if we go to language, index was out of range. Oh wait, that is because no, why is that? Why is that? Oh! And here we get screwed over. Yes, because we have it now. Where's my player options? We have it now set to 5, but it should actually be set. Yeah, because 5, it's not index 5. Oh no, the system is falling apart. Because we actually have index 0. So what we could do is make a enum for this. I hate that. Yes. Let me think about it. Health? Healthy? Health. Wow. No, wait. Health. No, that's correct. Yeah, so with the typewriter, I use it as a index of which option is selected. So if you use it as index 0, 1, or 3, I could use it as an index. But I don't want to make another. I actually don't want to make a lot of enums. So I could use it as an index. Why not? Why not? And I actually also not always want to do it like this. I actually want to say just set player health. Oh, it needs an int, of course. Yeah. So let's say I use it as a index. And it is always on index 0. Because this is just in between, right? So index 0. So we'll just call this index. And then we'll have the switch on index. Case 0. And here we'll have an int amount equals 5 because it's the default. Don't have to give it. Amount equals 5. Case 1. And equals 8. Yeah, and so I don't like this because now... So the reason I don't like doing it like this, but my system is, well, perhaps not that well thought through. The reason I don't like doing it like this... Do you then need to type like this? No. What's wrong with amount? Int amount. Use of unassigned local variable, but it's right here. Huh? Wow. Alright. Oh, it should be a var then. But, so the reason I don't like doing it like this is because this number corresponds with something that I have in my unless I do it differently. Do I know the index? Yes. I can just say oh wait, that's private, right? Then I'll just make it public. But we'll have to hide in inspector. So now I can access the selected index. Let's see if we can figure this out. Health amount, index. So now I can save the index. But then I'm going to save two separate things. And I don't like doing that. What to do? Perhaps this is a problem for a next night. So for like the typewriter effect, it worked really well, right? Because it just was a binary choice. No, I think I really have to think about this some more. And also, it has already been over 2 hours. I don't think I can crack this egg tonight. No. No. So because the problem is I'm sending I need to save an index instead of, in this case, the health amount, because I want to put it to the correct index. And it is 0, 1, 2. But here I am saving 5, 8, and 10. So I could just save it separately for all the things, right? And do save like the index. So the same with the typewriter effect. Like give it its own player pref and just save that. I think that might actually be the way to go. Wait, get over here. All right. So Vortex asks if the option is for picking a max health or setting the current health. So it's for like picking a max health, right? So just to make it easier. And I've been thinking a lot about this, right? And I've been wanting to restrict things, but for now I'm just going with, hey, if halfway through your play session you feel like you're dying and you need 10 extra health, fuck it. Go add 10 extra health. If it makes you enjoy the game more, go for it. Why not? If you want extra enemies, add some extra enemies. If halfway through you feel like, I'm having a difficult time, I'm not going to make it, I'm going to turn off some enemies. You go turn off some enemies. If that's the way you enjoy the game, why not? Why would I limit that, right? At least that's the way I'm looking at it right now. It might change. All right. What was I doing here? What was I doing? Oh yeah, so I wanted to save. As soon as you select this, so you could save it just every time you. All right. Player health. So that now needs to become something else. So I'm going to actually save more than one type of player pref. So let's not do it for the health, but let's do it for the typewriter effect. So then I could have actually turned this one around, but let's not do it. So in the multi-select option, as soon as you select, I here have a player pref idea. So it's actually going to select this one. This is actually the same, but as soon as you select it, it will also playerpref.save int. No, what's the thing again? It's not save int. It is set int. And it is going to set it to, no, it's not going to be here. It's going to be at the select option at the selected index. So as soon as we set it, we're just going to save it. This might be a bit too rough on the system right now, but yes, let's see what happens. So that actually means that for the graphics menu and the typewriter, I will need to adjust it because this basically is its own player pref. So I will preface these all with menu option. So now basically, let's see if it still works. I need to clear everything because, I think I did. Let's just to make sure, clear all player prefs. Because it doesn't actually matter that I save it. So graphics, typewriter effect. We turn it to off. So now technically it should have saved mo_typewriter effect with a index of 1. So turn it off. Let's see if it is off. Now I return to the hub. Now the typewriter effect should still be off. And it is. And if we did things right, it should still say off. Alright, so now. Now we don't have any player health options integrated yet. However, since it all uses the same code because it's... oh wait, let's do it correctly. this one, we're calling menu option player health. So we can save something called player health because we already had that. Now, if we go to language and we set it to 10, we go back. Oh, wait, yeah, no, I think that should be fine. Because I did something too fast for the game. There's a bug in the menu, which is really annoying. Now, if I go to language, it is still set to 10. All right, so now saving this index is completely separate from actually what is going on, which is also dangerous because things could, shift around. This function can go. Yeah, so that works because this is actually the one selected. All right, so that is that might actually be better. So now we can actually set the player health amount. And we can also actually save the player health amount. So we can indeed, again, set it to 5. Here it is 5. So now here my player health is actually set. And now, if I actually want to change the health, I did at some point have a double health pickup. Let's see if I can find that. Because that would make it actually really easy. Did I call it double health pickup? Yes. So in the player options, whenever I do this, I need to change the health and then initialize it to the health amount. Now I should also do this at the start, which is why I don't like doing this. Can I not, set player health to 5, please? This should work. No, it should actually do this. I have just learned this. This is what it is. So it sets it to player health, and if it doesn't find it, it sets it to 5. I'm sorry, not 0. It sets it to 5, and then in this function, we're setting it to 5, player health gets set, it gets saved again, but that doesn't really matter. No, that does matter, because if it doesn't find it, it just returns 5, so it saves it and it gets found. Then the player health amount is... Alright, so actually, player health should be saved right now to 10. No, but I'm going to clear the player preferences before we start saving this. Clear all player prefs. So now it should just be 5. Alright, so it is 5. Now what I expect to see, if I now go to options, language, make it 8, is that it should now be 8. And it actually is 8. Can I get some damage in here? Because I'm actually really curious what happens if I get some damage. Boom. Alright, so now when I go language and I change it to 10, yeah, so now it refreshes your health. I'm going to fix that then. Don't dash through it. I'm so used to dashing through it that don't take damage, but I should take damage. Because now when I change it back to 5, I should have 5 health again. And so now, oh wait, so that's a problem I have to fix. So now when I go to 8, no, let's just set it to 10, doesn't really matter. Now it is 10, now I go return to the hub. Now I should have 10 health. Oh, it actually crashes. Oh yeah, but it's, yeah, all right. Oh. That is really interesting. I get what happens, yes. So, but that is for something for another night. I will explain what happens though, just for you guys curious. So, since again my UI is in a prefab and a new scene is loaded, yeah, a new instance of the UI is being made, and that that UI does not have like the 8 or the 10 shards that it has. So what I need to do is I need to reinitialize my HUD every time I re-enter the game, which I don't, because it normally stays at 5 and it's just something that isn't adjusted. Dimitar asks if I plan on adding crafting, like equipment, armor, weapons. Well, I do have a whole upgrade system, which is already in the game. I do have a shopkeep planned, but not necessarily crafting and stuff like that. I will leave it at this, my dear fellows, my dear nuggets. There are some kinks that to work out, but in basis, the new menu system should be up and workable, so I should be able to work with it for one night stream. That's pretty nice. I do want to close off with, for everyone who hasn't seen my tweet yet or my Instagram posts, because I have been working on a new intro scene, and I just want to show you guys. I just want to show you guys because I really like it. So this is the new intro that I've been working on. I hope you all can hear it. Right? This used to be just black, but I figured, no, I need something cooler. So I made this. And I'm going to do some more dressing. This is just the first version, but you know, I really liked it and I wanted to show it. Yeah, still like it. So, if I'll show it really quickly. So the way I'm doing this is I have like a whole scene set up, of course, with Carly in it. And you might ask, you know, why is it so black? Because that is post-processing. So dark. And of course, she has a dark material. So basically what I'm doing is I have a timeline, which is Unity's animation system. It's so cheesy, but it works, and I love it. So on this timeline, I basically made 2 post-processing volumes. And I have the dark one, and then when the lightning strikes, I switch to a very bright post-processing volume, and then back, and then back again, and I turn on, this is just a, oh yeah, wait, we need to lock the timeline. This is just a simple plane, it literally, why don't I see the outlines? No, that's annoying. It literally is a sprite renderer with a lightning bolt on it and some bloom, and I just turn it on and off and have them switch places, as you can see right here. And as I turn them on, I also play a lightning sound. And so then everything like this moves around. And then I have some particle effects. So I have some rain. As you can see, it also rains. And I have some clouds and some fog right here. And all in all, I think it creates a better vibe than just a black screen, right? All right, I just wanted to show it. Show how I made. I think I will talk about it in a future devlog as well. All right, Nuggets. That was some pretty good progress. It was, it wasn't as sexy as, the previous stream where we did some cool effects, some modeling, some texturing, some stuff like that. It was a bit more, day-to-day hardcore programming. Nevertheless, I liked it. And I would love to thank all of you for being here with me tonight while working on this. And I hope that you will catch me on another stream. I do plan on releasing a new devlog this week, talking about the squid boss that we made. So keep an eye out for that. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, hit that button somewhere down there so you get notified when the video is up. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Good progress. I loved it. And the next time you see me, hopefully, we will have a new menu. So, thank you all for watching. Have a great night, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, everyone.